Okay, so I think we should begin today in downward facing dog. So just make your way onto your knees and hands and knees. Make sure that you spread your fingers out wide here. I'm actually going to unroll this rug. Makes me a little bit slidey. So spread out the fingers and then tuck the toes under and lift up. Press back and just go a little more gently into the first one, just in case things aren't as loose as you might like. For this first downward dog, feel free to shift around, forward and back, or bend your knees. Anything that you feel you want to do, just to kind of wake up the body and check in, see how you're feeling at this point. Take about one more breath there. And then look up to your hands, and as you inhale, you'll walk to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need. Then fold forward, exhale. Press your feet down, inhale, come up. We'll reach the arms up, bringing hands to touch. And exhaling, arms to the side, Samasthiti position. Nice and tall and strong. Surya Namaskara A, Ekam, inhale, arms come up, palms connect. Dwe, exhale, folding over your legs, holding shins or the floor. Trini, inhale, look up. Now step back to high plank and just pause there for a moment. Again, your fingers are spread nice and wide, and your legs are active here. So you're pressing back through your heels, and you're also pulling up the lower part of your belly. Hold just for a moment more. And then you have the option to drop the knees to the floor or lower like your plank with elbows next to your body. Point your toes when you get down to the floor. Lift the heart, breathe in. Cobra, look at the nose. And press yourself back, downward dog. Relax your neck here. And think about breathing into your posture. So instead of wiggling from now on, we're going to think about being still, holding the pose, and allowing the breath to create space in the body. Allowing the breath to move into those stickier spots. And allowing the breath to help draw the mind into a state of meditation. Look forward now and inhale your feet to the top of the mat. Exhale as you fold over your legs. Inhale, come on up, touch your hands. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, looking, lengthening out. And exhale, step back or jump back and lower down, with knees or not. Point your feet cobra or full upward dog with hands and feet only on the mat. And roll back downward facing. Breathing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look up to your hands and inhale, step or jump forward. Fold with your exhale. Press up, breathe in, bring your palms to touch. Samasthiti. Ekam, inhale, arms up, look up. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, lengthen. Chatwari, exhale, step or jump back and lower. Pancha, inhale. And exhale, downward dog. Of course, you know you can do child's pose instead with your knees and your forehead down. Holding here, 3, 2, 1. Sapta, inhale, feet to the hands. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. Nawa, inhale as you come up. Samasthiti. One more, breathe in, arms up, look up. Breathe out, fold over your legs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, back, lower down. Upward dog or cobra, full breath in. Downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapta, inhale your feet forward. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. Nawa, inhale, come on up. Samasthiti. Good. Now, Surya Namaskar B. So bend your knees, reach your hands, palms touch. Exhale, folding straight legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Plant and exhale, step back and lower. Pancha, inhale, keep your legs active, toes point and press. Shot, exhale, downward dog. Now we'll bring our right foot forward and turn the left heel. Coming into warrior A, looking up to your thumb. So we'll hold here, bend a little more into your front knee, and work that back leg nice and strong. So let's put the hands back down. If you want a little bit of a more gentle time, step right back into downward dog and wait. Otherwise, step back into your plank and lower. Breathe in, lift the heart, look at your nose. And then exhale, downward dog. We'll turn the right, bring the left foot forward, and come on up again. Holding for an extra breath. And do your best. See if you can plant your hands, exhale as you step back and lower. Again, you can always leave this part out if it's too much. Point your feet, inhale here. And downward dog, exhale. Hold for 5. And relax your neck. 4, and release your jaw. 3, 2, 1. Panchadasha, bring the feet forward. Shodasha, fold. Saptadasha, bend your knees. Samasthiti. Ekam, inhale, bend. Dve, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, look. Shatwari, go back and lower. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale, downward dog. Sapta, inhale, right foot forward. Touch. Ashtanga, exhale. And again, you go right back to downward dog if you want. Otherwise, lower down. Breathe in, lift the heart through the arms. Breathe out, down dog. Pivot the right, bring the left foot up. Come up, touch your hands. Exhale, put them right back down. Those fingers are spread. You're pressing into all the pieces of your hands. And then breathing in to stretch your front body. Exhale, downward dog, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, come down to your knees and sit back on your heels. Either leave your hands forward, or you might reach back and hold your feet. Or you might need something underneath your forehead. So FYI, this class Tuesdays at 5:30 is kind of historically known as Ashtanga unwind. We might do a few different things outside of the traditional sequence, and we might go a little slower at points. But whatever we're doing, you keep your breath flowing smooth and even. Hold here one more breath. And then come back into your downward dog. And you can step or jump forward. Fold as you exhale. Bend your knees and stretch your arms up. Samastitihi, stand up tall. Good. So I hope you feel a little bit warm. Take your feet apart and let's go forward Padangustasana. So depending on how you feel, you might want to bend in your knees. You can hold your shins or your big toes. Breathe in here, look up. Open the elbows and fold. Relax the neck. 1, 2, 3. Think of the big toe mound of your feet pressing down to the floor. 4, 5. Padahastasana, inhale, look up. Put your hands or your fingers under your feet. Take another breath in so that you can lengthen and use your exhale to fold over your legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale all the way out. Release your hands and come back up. Come back to standing, Samastitihi, front of your mat. Stand tall and strong. Uttita Trikonasana. Ekam, inhale, step open to your right. Turn your right foot and stretch, and then release that right hand down. Left arm goes up as well as your gaze. If you're quite open, reach down for your big toe. Hold. 3, 4, 5. So press through your feet. Inhale, come up, linking your breath to your movements. Exhale, switch sides. 1, look up to the right thumb. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Inhale up. Turn your feet for twisting triangle. Bring your left hand to your right leg. You can hold anywhere on your leg. Hold your foot or maybe even hold the floor. Stretch the right arm up if you're comfortable. Otherwise, hold onto your waist. Engaging both legs evenly. And make sure you feel stable and comfortable so you can focus on breathing. We'll take one more breath here. And inhale, press yourself up. So turn your feet and exhale into the second side, whatever that looks like for your body. Don't assume it's going to feel or look like the first side. Breathing here, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up and open yourself. And exhale, Samastitihi. Uttita Parshva Konasana, open again to your right. Turn your right foot and bend your knee. So let your heel move down to the floor and try to keep your knee situated right on top of the ankle as opposed to kind of sinking inward like that. So put your elbow lightly on your thigh and then swoop the left arm overhead. And if you're quite comfortable here, you can put your right hand on the floor beside your foot. Holding 1. I like a few extra breaths in this one. 2, and I'm selfish. 3, 4, 5. Press up as you breathe in Turn your feet and switch. 1, 2, keep working that back leg nice and strong. 3, 4, 5. Pressing up, breathing in, turning the feet to the right leg again. Option to lower the left knee down and twisting over that right leg. Breathing here, 1, 2, if you feel like it, you can straighten the back leg. 3, if you know it, you can go for the full expression. 4, 5. Inhale as you come up, do your best. Turn your feet and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up, open out. Samastitihi. Front of the mat, nice and tall and strong. This is a pose. It's part of our meditation. So open again to your right, your feet point forward. Hold your waist and breathe in. And exhale as you fold, put your hands down. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 1, gazing at the tip of the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, look up. Exhale all the way out. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hold your waist. B, inhale, open. Exhale, back to waist. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Keep holding and squeezing your waist. 1, strong legs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press your feet, inhale as you come up. Exhale there. C, inhale, open. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Breathe in here and breathing out, full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, come all the way up. Exhale, hold your waist. 1 more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, grab your big toes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Tuck your thumb to your first 2 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in as you look up. Exhale all the way out. Release your toes and come back up. We always come up as we breathe in, and then we go back to Samastiti. Parsvottanasana, take the hands behind your back. So if prayer doesn't work for you, you can hold on to your arms. You could take your knuckles together, or pointing the fingers up the back with the palms together. Turn to the right leg. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, keep your front leg straight as you go forward, and don't worry about how far you get. Try to keep lengthening your spine. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up, pivot your feet, and then stretch over the left leg. You might notice one side feels a little more sticky. So that's just called paying attention, being in the present moment. This is yoga. Not letting the mind wander off constantly. One more breath here. And then inhale, come up. And exhale back to the front of the mat. So before we do our balance postures, let's take Tadasana. Stand up nice and tall. Tadasana mountain pose. So your feet are apart. And the arms are beside you. The body is active here. So fingers reach, feet root, legs engage, bandhas are on, and the crown of the head reaches. You might like to close your eyes for this one. Good, and then open your eyes. Bring your left hand to your waist and bring your right leg into tree pose. Many options for this. You can leave toes on the mat, foot to the shin, or it goes up, 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 up over the inner thigh. So it's above the knee, it's not against the knee. I say it every time and I always will. The knee joint doesn't move sideways. Hold the hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra, or stretch them up if you like. And as you go through the postures again, we try to keep the breath flowing smooth and steady. Take one more breath. Nice. Good job. Let's put the right foot down and shift over into that tree pose, however it looks on your left side. So we try not to value the postures for how they look or how advanced they might be, but rather we try to appreciate the whole experience as a meditation, a moving meditation. Good, and then usually when I start to wobble, the pose is done. Let's go to the next one. Ardha Baddha Padmuttanasana, if you know that. Well, let's look at it. If you're not familiar with it, I'll show you some ways to get into it. And if you have very tight hips, you already know that's not going to work. Take your ankle over your left thigh and bring your hands to heart center. If you're looking at Ardha Baddha with me, you'll bring your right knee in and give it a hug. And then hold on to the ankle or foot as you, with care, open into a half lotus. This should be fine for your knee. No pain there, no strain. Reach the right hand behind your back. You might need to change the way your left hand is holding your right foot. So I'm kind of grabbing it from underneath. And then my right hand is holding my left arm. In the full expression, we're bowing forward and actually binding the hand to the foot, with the left hand on the floor like a second foot to support. The head bows. And this is pretty deep for that hip, so if it is too much, you go to a place that feels available to you. If you're folded to the floor, look up, breathe in. Pause there all the way, breathing out. And then inhale, come back up. Release your right foot to the floor. See what happens on the left side. You might know already it's going to be a figure 4 day. That's cool. Move through your practice with the utmost of care for your body. So when your body feels good, your mind feels better. When your mind feels better, your body feels better too. They're so connected. So yoga is healing for both the body and mind. One more breath. If you're folded, inhale only, look up there. Exhale, bend that standing knee. Good, come back up. Come back to the front of your mat, Sama Sthiti. Stand nice and tall. Breathe in, stretch the arms up. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, look up. And exhale back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. So let's take both feet forward between the hands. Once again, we visit Utkatasana, but this time we're going to hold. So sit back, and stretch up. Hold 1, look up to your thumbs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take a little extra time. Sit back a little deeper. Bring your hands in front of the heart. Look down to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can keep your knees bent, plant your hands and jump back, or step back and lower down. Keep the elbows beside you, but not underneath you. So it's not an arm balance. And now you're back in downward dog. We'll do one more little sequence. Turn your left foot, step forward with your right. Warrior A. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Turn your feet. Bend your left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open up your arms. Open your right hip. 1. Look at your middle left finger. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Switching sides. Turn your right knee. Bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's put the hands down. Step back. Come down. Slow and controlled. Point your feet, lift the heart, breathe in. And exhale, downward dog. And then come through, sit down. Stretch your legs out in front. So we're going to jump forward a couple poses and move into Janu Shirshasana A. Bring your right foot into your left inner thigh. So Janu A is essentially a tree pose. If you want a deeper experience, lift up to sit onto your heels, Janu B. This is 85 degrees. If it bugs your knee, forget about it. Breathe in, sit tall. Exhale, fold, hold the left foot. Breathe good quality breaths, because the quality of your breath is a reflection of your mind. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Let's do a vinyasa. You can do a full one. I'm going to do a seated one. Sitting cross-legged, hands on knees. Breathe in, look up. Breathing out to round. Breathe in, look up. Breathing out to round. And then we'll do the left side. So both legs out, left foot in. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Breathe in, come up, and breathe out to release. Now we'll do a vinyasa, so you can do that seated version of the vinyasa if you like. Otherwise, join me crossing ankles. Put the hands on the mat and try to lift. And if nothing lifts, you can still try. You give it a try, and then you bring your feet back, either drag or wiggle or step back and lower down. Point the feet, intentionally breathe in a full breath, upward dog or cobra, and then press back, downward dog. Step or jump through, sit down. Stretch the legs out. So we're going to move into Tirayana Mukha Ekpada Paschimottanasana. The right leg will fold back. My foot is beside my hip, and my knees are close together. So depending on how you feel, you might want to sit on something here. You could also hold on to the floor. Keep your left leg active. Sit tall, and then if it feels appropriate, you can fold forward, and maybe you'll hold your foot. And again, don't forget that extended leg is active. Take about 3 more breaths. Good, inhale as you come up, exhale to release. You can do a vinyasa here or a seated vinyasa. Good, and then come through and switch, left leg folds back. So sometimes a posture just doesn't work for your body, just doesn't feel right, or you don't feel safe. In which case, stay on your mat, breathe. It's over before it begins in Ashtanga. It moves very quickly. So take care of yourself, especially if you have your camera off. You have even more reason to be careful and aware of your safety. One more breath here. And then inhale, come up. And exhale to release. And take yourself through your favorite vinyasa. Another thing you could do during vinyasa time is press, lift, come back down. Press, lift, come back down. Just want to work on your little lifts. All right, so lay down onto your back and bend your knees. So your right leg comes up to the sky, your foot is flexed, and the right ankle over the left thigh. You can bring the left leg in or leave the foot on the floor. Leave your head down, relax your face. We'll take about 5 more breaths here. Try to stay connected in your mind to this experience. And now releasing your left foot down, place your right foot down, keep your feet apart, and we'll take our knees from left to right. Do that 2 or 3 times. And then we'll do the left side. So we're taking that figure 4 with the left ankle across the right thigh, and maybe the right leg comes in. Try to relax your face and your jaw. You might think of your breath like a soothing tonic for your mind. If you like the sound of the ocean, you might notice that the breath is very similar. The sound of the breath is similar to the sound of the ocean. If you're a Star Wars fan, you might notice that the breath sounds like Darth Vader. That's been making me laugh for about 20 years, by the way. Okay, release your feet down and roll your knees from side to side. And now cross your ankles and hold the backs of the legs. And we'll roll up and down. So let's do this 2 or 3 times. And then when you get to the top, do your vinyasa of choice. I almost never skip this next pose, Marjasana C. Bring your right knee in. So I got in trouble for this once in India. When I practice in India, the teacher, the guru, he almost never says anything. But I got in trouble one day because the edge of my hip and the edge of my foot weren't in line. So you have to have that foot moving out enough. Sit up nice and tall and then turn to look over the right shoulder. And you might hook that left arm over the right thigh if it's comfortable. Good. Release your gaze forward. Release your leg forward. Bring your left foot up and check your alignment there. It's very rare in an Ashtanga class that we say anything about alignment, but the left hand goes behind the back and we twist and look over the left shoulder. It's not because alignment isn't important. There are, of course, definitely principles of alignment in any yoga practice. But the thing about Ashtanga is we're not holding the postures very long, like 5 breaths goes by quick. So if we become too fixated on the alignment, we're missing out on that moving, flowing aspect. Release and look forward, and then vinyasa of choice. But if you start to learn to listen into your body, or if you're in a classroom with a good teacher who can help you, over time, you'll be able to tell if you're in a good place or not. Okay, I don't want to do this, but I bet you don't either, so let's do it. Navasana. To begin, find length and lift in your spine. Hold your knees and start to lift your feet up. This might be your Navasana today. I respect that. You can go to a deeper place if you want, maybe semi-bent knees holding behind the legs, or the full pose, straight legs, straight arms parallel to the floor. If you're in the full pose, squeeze your legs towards each other. Cross your ankles now and bring your knees to chest. Put your hands on the floor. Have fun. Press up. And then we go back into Navasana. If you didn't come up when you pressed up, that doesn't mean you're not good at it. You just got to keep trying. And then at some point you might just accept, okay, it doesn't work for me. No big deal. Cross, press. And then one more time, because I promise you, the person who can lift up really easily can't do something that's simple for you. That's how it is. Everybody's got something. Cross, press, and take a vinyasa. Good. And then come through, and I'm going to give you two options here in case you don't want to do this one. Baddha Konasana, the butterfly, holding the feet and stretching forward. Option one. Option two, Upavishta Konasana. The legs are wide and you're moving forward if that feels safe and comfortable for you. So pick your favorite one. We're going to hold for about 10 breaths. So keep the quality of the breath in mind. About 3 more breaths, everybody. Good, and then come on up, take yourself through a vinyasa, and from your vinyasa, lay down onto your back. So lay back with straight legs. And just hold for a moment here, laying on your back. So let's do Supta Padangustasana, pointing your left foot to the floor. So your left leg is active. The right leg lifts up, and option one, hold the big toe if you're not straining to be there. If it's a little bit tight in the back of that leg, you can hold behind it. You can leave your head on the floor or lift up towards your leg and look up at your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Put the head back on the mat and open the leg to the side. Head turns right, or head turns left, sorry. If it's tight, you might hold your knee, bending your knee and taking your knee over to the side. We'll take about 3 more breaths. 2, 1. Inhale your leg back to the front. Bow once. Release your head, bend your knee, interlace your hands on your shin, and pull your knee in towards your right shoulder. You can stay there if you want. You can go for half happy baby, grabbing the bottom of your right foot and gently drawing the knee down to the floor beside you. Let's release the right leg down to the floor. Shake both legs. And then lift the left leg up. And again, grab the big toe or hold the back of the leg. Either stay as you are with your head on the floor or lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the head back down. Turn the head right as your leg opens left. Tuning into the body, noticing any sensations that are there. And then coming back to center, bow 1 time. And put your head back down. Interlace the hands and hug the left knee in. You might like a little bit of a wiggle there. And perhaps you'll go that 1 step further, taking the bottom of the foot with the left hand. And then release that left leg down. Give both legs a wiggle and a shake if you like. So if you're not into doing back bends at this time of the day, that's a-okay with me. Back bends can be a little stimulating. You could rest with the soles of the feet together and lay with the palms of your hands facing up in reclined butterfly. If you want to do 3 little bridges, plant your feet, hip distance apart with your feet, press your hips up off the floor and hold there, or take your hands and interlace your fingers and then walk your shoulders one at a time underneath you. You just get a bit more of a stretch in the chest when you do that. So if you're already at capacity, then don't do that. Press your heels down to lift your thighs, your hips, and stretch along that front line, and then come down, touch, and you go right back up, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, touch, go back up. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Come all the way back down, and then give yourself a nice hug. And just roll the back side to side. I don't know how you guys are doing, but I feel like it's Thursday, not Tuesday. I don't know why. Feels like a long few days. So let's take a little twist for serenity. Both knees are rolling over to the right. So you could, if you wanted to, put a roll-up blanket or a pillow under your legs if that makes it more comfortable, or between your knees if that's more comfortable. Take your left arm open to the side. If you feel like you're straining here, or there's any kind of sharpness or strong sensation that just doesn't feel right, make it a smaller shape. And otherwise, just allow yourself to sort of surrender to the shape. And as you exhale, you could think about softening and releasing, holding for a few more breaths. Good, and let's come back to center. So bring both knees back to center. Put your feet on the mat. Shift your hips to the right, couple inches. Knees come back up, and knees go now over to the left. So the right arm opens. One more breath. Good. Come back to center and bring your knees up. Give yourself a hug. Again, you can roll your back out. And then crossing the ankles, hold underneath your thighs, roll yourself up. Couple times. If you want, go through vinyasa. And then bring yourself to sitting, finding a comfortable seat. In a way, this class goes by so fast, but then in another way, it's supper time, so I'm ready. So sit comfortably here. Take the arms and bring them behind you. And roll the shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and bow forward softly. So don't let your shoulders hunch up. Relax the shoulders, lower the chin, and if it's comfortable, you could bow forward to the floor. And we'll hold for about 5. And then coming to sitting with a straight spine. Bring your thumb to your index finger, resting the backs of the hands on the knees. Soften the chin down to the chest, but think of the sternum drawing up to the chin. We're supposed to just gaze down over the tip of the nose here. You can certainly close your eyes if you prefer. Good, and then we're laying down onto our back. Take the time here to make yourself cozy. You might want to put on a sweater, or you could, if you have low back pain, you could get something to put underneath your knees. So I've got a bolster here, but you could use a rolled up blanket or a pillow from your bed. It doesn't have to be fancy. And then lay on your back, and we'll end our time. Before we do our Shavasana, we're going to do Brahmari Pranayama, just to soothe the nervous system one more time. This is the bumblebee breathing. If you've never done it before, you're probably going to think it's pretty weird, and I'm pretty weird if you don't already feel that way. I'm okay with that, because I know that Brahmari Pranayama is really calming for the nervous system. So it's a big breath in, and then we hum as we exhale. We're going to do 5. We'll start with just a breath in and out. So in through the nose, out the mouth. And inhale to hum. Okay, now in through the nose, out the mouth. Enjoy a few minutes of relaxation, and I'll draw you back soon. So you can start to draw back. We're just coming back slowly. Start to move your fingers, your toes. Take a few deep breaths here and notice how you feel now. And then stretch your arms up overhead and bring your feet together. Stretch the whole body, fingers to toes. And bend your knees in. Roll over to your side and pause there.